Isekai protagonist with trauma.
Starting to hate traumatized anime characters.
Yeah, we
I feel
love
like
trauma.
these series just traumatize their main characters at this point, so they
I think Rent a Girlfriend is very traumatizing.
can say that they had some sort of character development without actually giving them any real character development, because despite being traumatized, these characters act exactly the same after witnessing the worst thing in their life. And I've noticed that the isekai genre does this.
But I think you need to be natural. Like, if your whole family dies, everybody's burning very hardly, and you're the only one alive, you need to chill down, bro. You need to be the one who's calm. Somebody has to be calm, and so you need to be unshakable. Sometimes.
A lot. So imagine my surprise as I'm watching Cautious Hero, a comedy, and realizing that it has one of the best
Wait, it's a comedy? To me, it was not.
depictions of a traumatized character that I have seen in the genre. So how does a comedy somehow write an extremely well-written traumatized character? Well, honestly, it's a bit strange. On the surface, Cautious Hero is your typical isekai. A guy
Wait, this is. I think it's. It seems right.
Goddess Restarte summons our hero, Seiya, due to his amazingly high stats, so that way he can go and save this world that is being conquered by a demon king. Very typical isekai so far, but as it turns
What if you like become friends with the demon and you can share the world half in half? This is my plan as a hero. Like, instead of taking the whole world back, we can take half of it by, I don't know, having some deals.
Seiya is
The demon.
actually extremely cautious, so before he wants to go out and kill the demon king, he wants to do a bit of training. And by a bit
I
of
don't think you're gonna kill the king doing push-ups.
training, I mean a lot of training. I'm not gonna lie, at first this seems like, oh okay, this is like the isekai thing where
The
it's like,
guy's only trying to be hot, to look cool for the during the fight, you know.
Like, of course,
but it's not gonna help it.
the main character has to have some weird little quirk that sets them apart from every other isekai protagonist, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
His quirk is he likes to work out, and this frame is so weird.
that's kind of what it is. But I mean, this dude is the anime equivalent of Milo Murphy. He just assumes that anything that could go wrong will go wrong. Anything and everything is a bomb. He needs 1,000.
Man, I assume everything that could go wrong is gonna go right, and everything that's gonna go right can go wrong, but in the middle, it can go both ways.
Healing items just in the slim chance that he gets a paper cut. I mean, the man does this.
No!
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm gonna kill you.
Now, atomic split slash.
What? Wait, you don't need to do all of this to kill a fucking slime.
To slimes. To be fair, he does that to literally every single enemy they come across.
Okay,
But
he's a psychopath. Everybody knows already.
as the episodes went on, I started to realize that this isn't just a little quirk that he has. Over the course of the series,
His quirk is he enjoys killing weaker creatures.
started to say things that made me realize that this isn't something that he wants to do, this is something that he needs to do. And by
Yeah,
episode
because if he doesn't do that, he's gonna kill other people.
11, we find out
think-
why. Where it's revealed that Restarte and Seiya actually knew each other in their
Everybody's so cute around this cycle.
past life, and that Seiya was a completely different man than the control freak that we know him as now. He was actually very rash and rushed headlong into things without being fully prepared, which led to his party being squad wiped by the demon lord of his world, which led to their world being destroyed. Now, this deeply traumatizes Seiya to the point that even though he has reincarnated and he has none of his memories
It's not so traumatizing.
from his previous life,
Like, I can do this every day and still be cool.
the trauma and the guilt of what he did in his previous life has stayed with his soul and has made him an extremely cautious person. Now, why is any of this important? Well, you see, when you actually have your character fundamentally change due to an experience, especially trauma, you actually open the door to allow them to actually grow from it and experience this weird thing called character development. And oh,
Imagine if the character like goes through a very deep traumatic experience, and the next episode the character is just happy, like nothing happened, and the trauma is just forgotten. I think it would be so fun.
boy, does Seiya go
so funny to do this to happen.
through some character development. Being overly cautious also makes him, what's the word
I don't think exploding is cautious.
for here? Oh yes, an asshole. He is rude to the goddess that summoned him. He is rude to the people he's supposed to be saving. He's
To the NPCs, you need to be rude. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm the hero. Fuck you.
rude to the gods and the people that train him. And he is
Oh,
especially
he's
rude
spanking all the guys.
to the children that join his party. Children who, by the way, are supposed to be these destined dragon warriors that are supposed to help him, but instead he basically turns them into his pack mules. But after learning
Genius. I respect this guy way more now.
about his trauma, it's understandable why he acts this way. The reason he acts like a jerk is because he's trying to push people away because of his trauma. He's afraid of them getting
That was this excuse for everybody. I'm just a piece of shit because I'm trying to protect you from my trauma.
hurt on this dangerous quest, especially the kids who he believes have no business being on such a dangerous quest. And at the end of the day, he is right. Almost
Who's this barber?
immediately
This
after
is the worst barber shop ever.
joining his party, their lives are put in danger, not once, but where are your clothes at?
Okay, this is the waifu for man. My favorite waifu already is this. This is the best girl of this anime. Like
There
we need her to be with the protagonist at the end. I think, and this one is gonna date this buffed dude.
Their lives are put in danger twice. All of the training that he does isn't just because
This guy's just showing himself like a douche.
wants to be prepared, but because his trauma makes him feel like that if he isn't prepared for the worst, something bad will happen, which is why he's willing to
If you prepare for the worst, you are attracting the worst to your life because you're thinking the worst is gonna happen, the worst is gonna happen, and then boom, the fucking worst happens. So you're preparing to be the worst than the worst, bro.
push his
You
body
need to think like everything's gonna be shiny and everything's gonna be colorful. You need to think like this, like a stupid person. That's why I think like a stupid person.
to the absolute limit, especially when it comes to training with the gods and goddesses.
Oh my god, I think they don't respect. This is a different type of tradition. I'm not gonna shame other traditions. I don't know about the context. I think maybe this is very important for their culture.
Where are your clothes at? Ugh.
I know. I think she's just a perv.
Ways, especially when training with the gods and goddesses, because he's learning new techniques that could actually cost him his life. Willing to undergo the rigorous
Oh my god, romantic. What?
training. Can anybody
What? Wait.
in this anime keep their clothes on for 5 seconds?
Wait, this is a like Game of Thrones. They talk during this. This is the cutscene.
Moving on. But over the course of the series, we also start to see him soften a lot and get more comfortable. He allows the kids to do more and participate in actual activities that make them feel useful. He becomes
He's like a father.
a bit more friendly.
He's totally a father at this
Restarte,
point.
just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit, which leads to all of this coming to a head when it's finally time to face the demon lord. And instead of wanting to train or be very, very prepared to face him,
Imagine he comes to the demon lord. Let's fight. And the demon lord's like, I'm tired. You can get everything you want. I'm tired. Goodbye. I'm going to the Bahamas.
instead, he tells everybody, let's have some fun. Let's go to the casino. Let's go to the beach. Let's just relax. And even though this
Relax
is revealed to
using armor
be a trick, it is
with a sword. How can we relax with a sword?
the first time he is openly being nice to them. At this point, he knows
So
that
nice with a very happy face.
being rude and mean to them won't push them away. And so instead, he decides to trick them so that way they'll be safe, only for them to learn the truth and still decide to help him. Combine this with the fact that the Demon King is being used as an analogy that Seiya can't control everything, that things are going to be unpredictable, and that he needs to trust people and accept their help when they want to. Did I mention that this is a comedy where the goddess
Yes. I think this is fun.
is a weird pervert, and the god of sword fighting gets beat so bad he decides that he never wants to touch another sword and decides that he'll dedicate
Okay, this is my character already.
the rest of his life to making cakes. Yet this series handles trauma way better than I've seen in the drama.
Yeah, this is the best trauma anime ever. Like if you're searching,
Yet this
if
series
you want to see a very traumatic anime, watch this. I think this is my top one trauma. I have a whole section about trauma all the trauma anime that I watch. This is my first trauma anime. My second, I think it's all every anime, because every anime is about trauma.
Handles trauma way better than I've seen in the genre, and even in some seinen. And
I prefer to watch the other one than to watch this guy showing his ass.
all it had to do was just show how trauma can negatively impact somebody's life. Seiya isn't just overly cautious, he doesn't really have a personality besides that. He doesn't even really have any hobbies either other than just training, because he's constantly on high alert. He can't enjoy little things. But it also shows how a
Sad.
character can actually start to process and heal from their trauma, either through the people around them or by taking the first steps in the healing process by accepting that they might just have a problem. The reason why I think this is so important is because when you effectively show how trauma has changed the character, it is probably the easiest way to get your audience not to necessarily relate to the
I
character.
want to see a character that get happier with trauma. He's very sad. Then a very traumatic thing happens, and the next day he's happier than before. I think this would be so original.
But to humanize them, to start to root for them as they want to see this character triumph over their trauma. And that's what I did feel with Seiya, because despite being this very powerful being that can literally just nuke anybody that he wants off of the face of the planet, I could start to see him more and more as a human being as he let these cracks show. Now, does this mean I think that Seiya should be the blueprint for every single character who has some kind of trauma? No, not really. I don't think every single character that
I think
has...
the blueprint is the guy who lost his dog and his daughter at the same time. The guy who made his daughter and the dog become one. I think that guy had trauma. No. His daughter had trauma. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a character of trauma, I
by
think.
their trauma. But I think he is a good example of, like, this is how trauma should affect your character. It should fundamentally change something about them, because that is what trauma is, right? In reality, trauma is this thing that is going to leave physical and mental scars, and these scars affect people differently. But fundamentally, a person isn't the same.
Oh my god, this guy has so much trauma to the point that his trauma is becoming physically visible
For the trauma. And then the road to healing is also different. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short. And while Seiya didn't necessarily process his entire trauma,
tier list traumas. Let's see what character is sadder. I want to see the saddest character ever.
by the end of the series does end on this high note that he
Top 10 traumas.
does kind of understand it now, that he does have a problem, and that hopefully he'll be able to continue to heal from this point on. But I don't know, maybe mangakas are just too scared to write actual traumatized characters because they're scared that their audience won't be able to self-insert on that character. Or
No, everybody can self-insert with trauma. Like, everybody has trauma. I don't. I have no trauma. My life is happy, and yeah.
or won't find them strong or like them, but I found Seiya strong in different ways than just his strength. He's strong emotionally, he's strong mentally, and I did like him as a character, not only because I found his character growth very, very well written and entertaining to watch, he also is just a really funny character. This series in general is really
he's funny. He's always doing something, exercising himself.
funny. Seriously though, if you have not watched Cautious Hero, I highly recommend it just because of how funny it is. I just know that my favorite part will always
The guy's always so serious.
be Seiya, because despite being an all-powerful being, he's still scared of being hurt again, because at the end of the day, he's still human. But that's
Yes, I love this character already. I didn't watch the anime, but I'm gonna do this one day.